Mr. Zulkarnain Abdul Rahim.
Sir, HDB, LTA, NEA, NParks, and PUB collectively accounted for 53% of municipal feedback that came through the One Service app from 2020 to 2022. The town councils handled another 44%. From 2020 to 2022, these 5 agencies on average took between 2 to 7 working days to close municipal feedback cases. MSO has been working with agencies to improve the timeliness and, more importantly, the quality of their replies to municipal feedback. For straightforward cases, agencies are expected to close the feedback loop only when they have resolved the issue on the ground with a photo of the completed works where practicable. Such cases usually involve only one agency and are of a nature where clear, concrete actions can be taken to resolve the issue. For example, repairing faulty lighting or a broken footpath. This focus on true case resolution has been well received by residents. For transient issues like community noise or complex cases like those involving antisocial behavior and enforcement action, agencies will respond to feedback providers on an action plan and indicative timeline to address the issues. For such cases, time is needed for thorough investigation and enforcement action. In such instances, MSO tracks the recurrence of the issue and works with the relevant agencies to better tackle the root causes.
Thank you, sir. Thank SMS and our officers from MSO for the hard work since 2015 on the One Service app. I understand that efficient and effective resolution of the issues much depend on the accurate characterizations and the details to be given. So I can imagine it be challenging for officers and agencies to route to the correct channels for if such details are not given. So my questions are, for the One Service app, how can it be further improved, and would there be plans to further improve the app to ensure that users provide all the necessary information upfront and the details, perhaps by the use of chatbots or AI or any other technology? Secondly, can MSO, I think I heard from SMS that there are action plans to manage the expectations of feedback providers that may take longer time. Would interim updates be provided through notifications? And lastly, we should leverage on community resources. And can the local grassroots advisors be alerted where key issues on the ground crop up during the One Service app, and maybe so that we can leverage on our local resource partners and other community resources on the ground? For instance, in Keat Hong constituency, we have Estates Task Force made up of resident volunteers and some community leaders that actually complement the work.
Mr. Zul Rahim, if I could ask you to wrap up, please. SMS Siman.
Thank you, Mr. Zulkarnain, for your supplementary questions. On the use of AI that's already being done, for instance, through our One Service Kaki chatbot, the chatbot does use AI to prompt the feedback provider to give more details that allow us or our agencies to identify the location of the case being reported better. So that's an example of how we're using AI. In terms of interim updates, first, agencies can use the interim update function that's within the app to provide some update to our feedback providers before the case is completely resolved. Also, for the high volume type of cases, when the case is being submitted, there will be a link appearing to an MND website where if the feedback provider so wishes, he can be informed on which are the types of cases that might take longer to resolve and why. Mr. Zulkarnain also mentioned about the use of community resources and keeping grassroots advisors in the loop. We will study his suggestion I'm very encouraged to hear that he has a community task force, and my team would be glad to discuss how we can support each other in better resolving municipal feedback cases. In terms of the volume that we handle, it is very high on a daily basis. So I think we would have to think about how to provide the information in a more summarized form for ease of partners that wish to work with us. Thank you.
Ms. Haniso.
Thank you, sir. I have two SQs in relation to the One Service app. The first is about what is the current subscription rate for the One Service app? The second one is in relation to, actually apart from reporting the municipal issues, which my parliamentary colleague has raised earlier, the One Service app provides many other useful services, such as rendering help to your neighbours, and also in terms of finding out which are the nearest useful facilities near you. So I wish to ask, are there any plans to increase awareness and the take-up rates, and whether more of such useful services will be included in the app in due course?
SMS Siman.
I'm happy to let Ms. Haniso know that we've just crossed the 500,000 mark in terms of user accounts registered with the app. And in terms of further enhancing the app with more services beyond just reporting municipal feedback, yes, we have been doing so. We have a Help Neighbour feature, and very recently we also collaborated with the VWO on using the app to broadcast information about persons with dementia who may have lost their way in the community and whose loved ones are very eager to find the person. And we look forward to more of such collaborative opportunities so that we can leverage on the large user base to help improve lives for Singaporeans. And in terms of improving the use of OS app, yes, we are also constantly looking at digital and non-digital ways to promote the use of OS app to more potential users. For instance, we note that some outdoor advertising could be quite effective, so we will also be deploying banners to some of our neighborhoods so that people who might not already be seeing our digital publicity can also be aware that there is this app which they can download. We'll continue to take in more suggestions and feedback, and I thank members for being so supportive of the OS app.